Morning children. So today we are going to start a new chapter. Before telling you the name of the chapter, I would like to give you some examples related to that topic so that you will be able to understand better. So you might have observed whenever we throw a ball on the surface, on the road or on the floor, then it stops on its own after covering some distance, right? Same way, if you are pedaling your bicycle, then the cycle will be in motion until or unless you are paddling. If you will stop paddling, then after covering some distance, the cycle will stop on its own. Right? So what are these? Why the ball stopped? Why the cycle stopped? Because we know that force is a push or pull, and wherever is a force always try to stop a body. Sometimes it try to move a body. For moving the body, I applied the force, like in the case of example of a ball. If I will roll a ball, I applied the force on the ball. But when it was rolling over the surface, then it comes to rest. Why it come to rest? Was there any force? There was nobody who was applying the force. Same in case of bicycling. When I am paddling my cycle, then I am applying the force, and that's why it's getting the motion. But when I stop paddling, then my cycle stops on its own after covering some distance. Who was there? There was nobody, but still it come to rest. So there is that name of that nobody which we are discussing, that is friction. Very important term of our life. Friction is friend and foe. That means it's useful as well as harmful also. So we have to manage it properly. If it is increasing, then we can decrease it. If it is decreased, then we can increase it. So what is friction? So friction, as in case of this is the surface and here is the ball. So ball is going in this direction. So after covering some distance, so suppose the ball will come to rest at this position. After covering this distance B, right? So the body or the force is applied in this direction. So that's why the motion is in this direction. That force is providing motion, right? And then what will be the direction of force of friction? That is friction. That is, it is acting on the opposite direction. So what we can say, friction is a force which comes into play whenever there is a relative motion between two bodies. Or what you can say, it comes into play whenever a body just moves over the surface of another, right? So direction of friction, it is always opposite to the direction of motion, right? The friction is always a opposing force and its direction is opposite to the direction. And one more very good characteristics of friction, that is self-adjusting. Why it is called self-adjusting force? Because if in that case ball is going in this direction, if I take another example in which I just roll the ball in this direction, that is motion. Then after covering some distance, it will come to rest. Then the force of friction will come in this direction. That means it will automatically adjust itself. That's why it is known as self-adjusting force. If the ball is going towards the east direction, then the friction will act towards the west direction. That means opposite to the motion of the ball. If the ball is moving towards the west direction, then the friction will automatically adjust itself towards the east direction. So that's why it is known as self-adjusting force. Right? Now we discussed about force, friction. So why does it arise? Is there anything which is producing friction? Is there something due to which the friction is affected? We can increase it, we can decrease it. So that we are going to discuss about, that why this happens, why the ball comes to rest. All the surfaces, there are two types of surfaces. One is smooth or another is rough. Smooth means you can say like this, and rough is, right? So these points are known as irregularities. Irregularities. This is the cause of friction. So that's why the friction is more in case of when the body is moving on the rough surface, and friction is less when the body is moving on the smooth surface, right? So this is the cause of friction. Smooth surface is also having irregularities but very less, right? Rough surface is having more irregularities. Simply example, you can say it's very easy to do skating on the marble floor, but on the rough surface it's very difficult. Why? Because the friction will be more on the rough surface, due to which the person who is doing skating, that he has to apply more force, right? So that's why it will be very difficult for him to move, right? Due to irregularities of the surface, right? So friction is a force which always opposes motion. Direction of friction is always opposite to the direction of motion. And third is cause of friction. Cause of friction is the irregularities of the surface. That is the cause of friction. More irregularities, more friction. Less irregularities, less friction. Next comes that how we can say friction is increasing. How we can say that for a particular surface the friction is more, for a particular surface friction is less, right? So these all questions make a sense about that factors. The factors on which friction depends. To make you better understand the factors, let's perform one activity, then you will better understand.